Welcome back to Ravenwood Farm on FS22. As I said last time, starting off this episode, we are going to get our cows sorted properly. They are short of straw and they are short of food. So let's address that issue. Then I am going to probably break out a plough, or go and lease a plough, a real plough. We have the Culti plough on lease at the moment. So probably what I'll do is return that and we'll get a real plough with what we've learned from the recent tutorial I did looking at the effects of ploughing or cultivating. Because if we plough, we won't get weeds, which is a good thing. And we will also get stones that we can just roll in, which again is a good thing. I'm not entirely sure all of our fields need ploughing, but they're going to get ploughed because basically I think we have the time to. If I look in the harvest calendar, sorghum should be ready now, but isn't, I don't think. No, so we need to wait for that to be ready. And then we're looking at probably planting. What options do we have? I think we'll probably plant wheat or barley. And we also want to plant some corn, which is in the spring. So we need to get our sorghum harvested, and then that's going to become a wheat field. So we've got a few days to get that done, and the other field we have plenty of time to get that ploughed in. Let's close that up first. Actually, no, the next job we're going to do is get our grass planted, because we don't have any grass in the ground. And that is an issue when you're a dairy farm. Let's see how much straw we need to actually fill one of these things up. If you watched the last episode, we put half a bale into each one. I think it's probably going to take at least 2. Interestingly, they don't seem to make a mess anymore. I guess we have a cleaning robot maybe. Which is nice. It's nice not to have to worry about scraping up the food that they spill. Maybe that will come as a mod. It will come with when we get modded cow barns. So yeah, this is my first real playing with the animals in FS22, so I have no idea how much food and straw that they need. I'm hoping that what we have is enough to at least last them until we can get to a harvest again. Obviously the next harvest should be better because the field will be properly cared for. Now, I haven't released the first video from this series yet, so I have no idea how it's gone down, but hopefully you are enjoying it. People are watching it. Just trying to do something different to the millions of other series that you will have seen where everyone starts on the starter farm and harvests that same field with the same Deutz combine. And how many times I've seen that. Actually something quite cool. So now you can buy these placeable fuel tanks, and they're not just a buy point, they're a tank, and what I really like is you can get fuel delivered, which I think is a really cool addition, because I don't think in the real world many farmers would be buying their own diesel tank and going off to buy diesel. They're going to get it delivered, so I really like that feature, and I think that's a really cool addition. I do like that it's not just a buy point, but I also like that you get the fuel delivered, not just have to go and buy it yourself. What we need now is a real version of increased fuel usage so the tractors actually burn fuel. How are we doing? In the yellow, I would like to get at least into the green, if not full, so we can test how long they're going to last. Got it on. So I'm just checking. Yeah, I've got it on 2 day months. Cool. Not full yet. So I'm assuming that this means it's going to last way more than the 2 days that it would in real seasons. And I think my plan is, once we've got them full, that I will still feed and care for the cows every day. I will just top off and try and keep them full, assuming we still have straw. So we can always buy more straw if we need to. I'm liking this JCB. Apart from their love of reversing warnings. And then we need to use the little feed wagon that we have to make up some TMR to get them topped up. What I'm going to do is do 1 pen full of straw and 1 pen full of TMR. And then we'll do the other one. No, it's bound to happen, I guess, in the time lapse. Before we get into planting grass. So we may actually need to do some ploughing first anyway to prep that field. Pretty sure it needs ploughing. I'm going to lift up that rear gate a little bit. There we go. Stay. There we go. Yes. So this should get us full, I think. Yes, I do like this little John Deere tractor. It's very nice. And yeah, this field, which does need ploughing and liming before we can get the grass in, so I think that's going to be our job for the rest of this once we've got the animals sorted. Taking care of the grass field. I should definitely fill it. God, I hope this lasts a long time. It's just stuck under the... and it's going really cool. It actually goes into the cubicle beds. That's cool. Wow. They take up lots of straw. That's more than 3 bales full. And we only got 10 bales, 9 bales. So yeah, we really need this to last a long time. So that's going to be 38,000 litres, I would guess, of straw to completely fill that pen. Wow. That's a lot. That's definitely a lot. I'm just going to park right there. We'll grab the other John Deere to do the feed, which I think is through here. I think it's still next to the sign from where I took the first thumbnail. It's incredibly quiet, but so we've got a different mix of tractors on here. Obviously we've got the Fendt Black Beauty, which is a really nice bit of kit, and then the older and the newer John Deere. So one of the problems I'm going to have is that with the way bales work on here, to get a mix I have to use 2 silage and 1 hay. which means we're going to use up the silage much quicker than we are the hay. I guess the only plus is that we will be harvesting some silage soon. Right, we're going to pick up 2 silage bales. Put those in. I think the mix I was doing was 2 silage bales to 1 hay bale. Guess we'll see. Let's drop those in. I should have taken the wrap off really, shouldn't I? What? I am wondering if we're going to need to go and buy more silage bales. So there we go, we've got a TMR. We're not quite full, but we're full enough. So let's go and see what that does to this first cow barn that we're focusing on in terms of filling the feed up. Hello. There we go. Trying to find the trigger. Okay, we'll just unload it there then. So, I think we're going to need a few loads of this as well. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to start the time lapse on this, I think, because this is going to take a while. So, let's get making lots of TMR. So yeah, let's crack on with another batch of TMR. Again, 2 hay bales, 1 hay bale, 2 silage bales. The mixer will actually work the other way around with 2 hay bales, 1 silage bale, so we're going to have to switch to that because we're running out of silage pretty badly, at least until we get sorghum cut next time we are here on Ravenwood. And I'm not sure how long it takes to ferment in a pit at the moment. Not done any pit silage yet, so that's going to be fun. I'm actually quite looking forward to it, apart from the silage getting stuck in the pit, but we'll deal with that when we get there. Loving bale physics in FS22 so far. What I'm not liking is all of the food and hay and straw that I'm putting. Actually, so if you've watched my most profitable animals video, the best way to do cows is to fill the pen. So that was just what I was doing. I was buying the other 80 cows to fill both pens. So yeah, and I filled both pens with hay and straw. And the bit that I'm not liking at the moment is it's going to last months. That's just wrong. Anyway, we need to plough the fields that we're going to plant as grass. They don't all need ploughing. I'm ploughing them because I don't want to spray them with herbicide. And the way grass works in Seasoned Light and FS22 is that if you plough, you pretty much from, and I mowed grass a good half a dozen times and never got weeds, so this would mean that we should never need to spray herbicide on our grass, so it's worth it. It takes a while. I should have leased the slightly smaller Cavernan plough because this thing is a pain in the ass on this size and shape field. So we have some relatively small fields to deal with. I mean, the one in front of us is tiny for this plough, so yeah, we should have got the smaller plough. It would have probably taken just as long with a slightly smaller plough because I wouldn't have had to do all of the faffing that I did. I'm going to extend this field across the pathway that we have here because it's our land and we're not going to need it. So just gaining that little bit of actual real fertiliser grass. give us a little bit more yield. I'm not sure we're going to need it. Cows don't use that much food, I don't think, compared to playing on FS19 with 4 maize plus and stuff, so we'll see. But anyway, we're going to get this little field ploughed with this giant plough. I'm obviously going to plough them into one field, so getting rid of all the dividers and the road and stuff, because we don't need those. We are going to need to spread some lime on here, which I forget about, so we're loading the seeder up now with seed. Obviously it's just magical seed because we don't have real seeds yet, but getting those loaded up, that will come with Mace Plus. It's part of Mace Plus. If not, it's part of Terra Life, so yeah, that will come. But for now we load up magical seed and they're going to have to wait for it to stop raining. So I brought the other John Deere over with the spreader, and on the drive over it stopped raining, so we can get those fields limed, which should take care of the need to lime through the rest of the time because they're grass. There will be grass once they're planted and growing. I'm really enjoying playing this farm, if I'm honest. I'm not sure how long we'll be playing it, because as soon as we get a good modded map come out, and I do mean a good one that I want to play, and that's not a really buggy release, then I'll be switching to that, because as you can see, I'm awful at designing farms, which is why we have all this random terrain to deal with. But I do want to wait for a good map, and I do want to wait for it to not be full of bugs. So I think that's going to be early January, probably. I think there are a few maps that people are trying to push out before Christmas, before Giants shut down. I suspect that's probably optimistic, especially given the issue with mods at the moment, that any mod that's not PC only is being held because of the console mod issue and crossplay. So now we can get to seeding the grass now I've lined. But yeah, so I think maps are going to be held up unless people are releasing PC only maps. The other thing is that there will of course be maps coming out on Facebook, so the 4x and 16x maps will probably be being released on Facebook. Watching the Argsy Farm Sim guy Kadurk's stream or bits of it last night, apparently there are some modders that are close to having maps ready, but there are some issues apparently with animating buildings and stuff, so maybe we won't see one before Christmas. But when we do, I will probably stop this series. Elements might transfer over. Because of the weird bit of terrain there that I couldn't see, I'm just putting down some meadow grass just because it's easier. And that's my bad terrain sculpting skills. So next time, because the sorghum is ready, we will be leasing a forage harvester. And we'll be doing our first silage harvest, which I can't wait to get stuck into, if I'm honest. It's been really hard not to just get on with that without recording an intro. So that will be coming next week sometime. I'm not sure when, because I have lots of videos stored up really soon. Thought I'd better rock pick this field because I realised that I couldn't get the rocks out of the grass field. So just making a start on that. But actually, I'm going to leave that until we've got the sorghum done, I think. So just going to say thanks for watching, folks. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Catch you next time on Ravenwood Farm.